It is a bright day outside, but unlike that, I certainly did not get a very good night of sleep. So it's actually the perfect day to kind of show you guys my routine on how I incorporate more traditional Chinese medicine elements into my daily life. If you guys don't know me already, I'm Korean, grew up in China my whole life. My parents still live there. So just growing up in the Chinese culture, I got to learn a lot about some of the herbs, the food, because in Chinese culture, like everything is considered medicine, and especially food. So the food you eat can be a source of medicine. So people think that, you know, you get ill not from genetics, but more because of your lifestyle choices. So that kind of like healthy lifestyle, that jello skin lifestyle has been ingrained in me since I was born, basically. Because I've been in the United States for, you know, well over 10 years now, I found it hard to kind of incorporate those kinds of elements into my life, given that it's hard to find the practitioners, hard to find the ingredients, all of that, and just like you're just like living life here, right? But now as I get older, I'm in my 30s, I'm trying to like remember back to the days and making a more conscious lifestyle choices. And the first thing that I lean to are some of the elements that I grew up with, the healthy choices. I mean, right now it's holiday season. It is just kind of non-stop with holiday parties, a lot of work, campaigns to do, meeting up with people, and I think that naturally comes with even more stress, pain, anxiety, indigestion, bloating, just all of the problems all at once. So I think that's also why I've been having a lot more insomnia than usual. So this morning, I'm just going to kind of take my time to relax, eat a very hearty breakfast. I'm going to show you guys how I make my traditional tea, herbal tea, to, you know, feed the antioxidants, but also like feed my gut. And then after that, I'm gonna go and get an acupuncture with my favorite doctor. So it's gonna be a very good day of how I incorporate more Chinese elements in my day. And you guys have all been asking for this kind of videos. So now let's get away from the sunshine. I mean, look at the sun today. Look at that sun without. It's like night and day. All right. Okay, let's go make my herbal tea now. So I kid you not, this tea maker is basically something I use almost every day. I used to do it in like a pot, but ever since getting this tea maker, it's completely made everything so much better. So in this, you know, you guys have probably seen this, but if you are new to this channel, something that I always put in are dates, but I actually just ran out of the dates in this jar. So these Chinese dates, they're not the dates that you get at Trader Joe's. Very different, not the medjool dates, but it has to be like the Chinese dates, more dates in there. And then the next up is dried organic goji berries. This you can get on Amazon. I usually tend to get mine on Amazon. Put some of those. And these two ingredients are just ones that make it a lot sweeter, so it helps with like my sweet cravings, especially starting from the day. White lotus seeds, put like 3 in there. And then the mushrooms. These are like fungus Chinese mushrooms, really high in antioxidants. And I think mushrooms is like the new superfood. And then today I just want to have more apples. And I don't like to have apples on like a empty stomach or like just raw, because it does have more cold energy. So in Chinese medicine, there is a difference between like hot foods and cold foods, and that's very important compared to the seasons. So because it's cold out, I like to have apples in this format, and I'm gonna put it in the tea mode and just let that brew for a little bit. Having this boiled and having apples this way is just so much easier on my stomach. It prevents bloating and indigestion. So this is what we have, and it's gonna start boiling now. All right, you can see this slowly boiling, and as I let that boil, I'm gonna make some breakfast too. I'm a little lazy today. I'm gonna be making this osmanthus oatmeal from Yishi. They have a lot of good like Asian flavors. A lot of warm foods this morning. I'm just gonna boil it up to that level. And then on top of that, I like to add a little bit extra of this mushroom powder. I basically try to add mushroom powder whenever I can. Just add like 1 scoop of this mushroom powder and mix it up. You can add more if you want. Maybe I'll just add 1 more scoop in here. Okay, add that. And now this has fully boiled. Okay, perfect. And then I like to get the apples out of this, but just because I love it when it's so soft boiled like this. I add it to my tea. I have my morning breakfast with my herbal tea. And then I like to just like write in my daily journal. This is my favorite journal where I kind of plan out my day. This is like my Virgo self loving to plan everything hour by hour, just so that I know how my day is gonna go. And just doing this process helps with my anxiety a lot more, because I kind of feel like I have more control of my day hour by hour. Obviously, it's not gonna go as exactly as I planned to be, but at least I have a general good idea of how things are gonna be going, and I can allocate like 2 hours time, for example, to like editing my videos, 2 hours to like an appointment, an hour to working out, stuff like that. So delicious. So after I do this and get some work done, I'm gonna head over to Within to get acupuncture. And I love the fact that acupuncture is becoming more normal here and more the norm. Because I mean, even like 5 years ago, it was like impossible to find like a acupuncture place that wasn't in like the middle of nowhere or hole in the wall and was kind of sketchy, right? Growing up, acupuncture was just something that we always did for any kind of problem, whether it was insomnia or pain or like breaking my bone. My mom would still always take me to acupuncture versus going to a regular hospital. And growing up, I thought that was like the weirdest thing ever, because in TV shows you see people going to like hospitals, but here I am going to like acupuncturist. Now I fully come to appreciate like why and how great of a practice it is right now when it's so busy and hectic and I have a lot of anxiety and stuff. Acupuncture just really calms you down. So I like going to help with my indigestion, my IBS, and all of that. Oh, and speaking of Within, I forgot to tell you that this is something that I try to have every single day too. This is like a daily stress management. Dr. Shari told me that I should be taking this more because she thinks my indigestion is actually coming from all the stress I have in my life, because stress is definitely a factor for indigestion and nausea, vomiting sometimes too. So you're supposed to take 3 of these every day. I'm so bad at taking pills. This is me every single day when I try to take pills. So I take 3 a day, but she said that during times when I'm like extra stressed, you want to take even more and then up the dose on those days, because they're just pure herbs that are distilled into pill form. So it's not gonna like harm you too much if you take too many. It's just like you can easily up the dose or take the standard amount of 3 pills every day too.
What I see is a little bit of red petechia at the tip, which is a little bit of anxiety, maybe even insomnia. And then a white coat, which is a little bit of phlegm. But what I don't see, which is indicative of a weak metabolism, is scallops along the sides of the tongue. Teeth indentation marks into the side of the tongue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that in Chinese medicine, that tells us that digestion is weak and needs to be boosted with something like gut check.
Got it, okay.
So the digestive problems that you're having, because I don't see the weakness in the digestion, I'm inclined to think it's more related to stress. And looking at your overall profile, that makes sense as well. Hi, and we're just doing some points on the head for clarity. So I'm gonna add a couple more points to these scalp points. This is called Princess Crown. And this is really great for relieving depression and helping you feel uplifted, alive, and clear-headed.
Exactly what I need. Okay, I'm back home now and I'm just reheating the herbal tea that I made this morning. This is just like an amazing tea to have early in the morning or throughout the day, even after dinner. It really does an amazing job of like craving a lot of the sweet tooth that I have throughout the day. So I just love going to acupuncture because when I come back, I feel a lot more focused, probably because I'm a lot less stressed, I'm more calm. And kind of to last me to until the next acupuncture appointment, I like to do like ear seats. I need to do more of them, but I do have like one right here that helps with like anxiety, stress, all of that. And then throughout the day, or like in the afternoon around 3-4 p.m, I like to use my acupressure mat. This is the acupressure mat I have. I got it from Amazon, and if you touch it, it's got these like spiky points, but this is just another way to relieve tension in your body and improve circulation. Lie down here. It's my little makeshift bed in the middle of the day. And then while I do that, I also lift my feet up in the air. So the reason I have it in the corner is because I want to be able to do this. Having your feet up in the air is also great for your body and circulation. So while I'm here, I'll either just like take a little short nap or close my eyes, debrief, or I'll even like read my book. I have like a book right here that I can read while lying down here. Well, I think I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you so much for watching my Chinese traditional medicine kind of day and how I incorporate those elements into my daily routine. My day doesn't look like this every single day, but it does give you a very good glimpse of some of the herbal teas and practices that I like to do to make sure my body is in a good meditative state. With this holiday season coming up, I hope you guys are hydrated, stress-free, and get to maintain that jello skin. Make sure to subscribe to my channel here below, and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Glow with Ava for more recipes and videos like this. Love you guys!